you guys doing on this beautiful Tuesday? Okay, I don't mean to sound so happy today, but today is a good day. The sun is shining bright, the weather is nice, okay? I'm making some money today, so I'm feeling pretty good today. But I wanted to do this video to talk about Nicki Minaj. And it looks like Nicki Minaj and is it Petty? Whatever her husband name is rumored that Nicki Minaj and her husband are separating. He possibly, allegedly, may have a baby on the way. So of course, one can only assume there may have been some type of cheating going on between Petty and with Petty, if his name is Petty. I'm gonna just say Nicki Minaj's husband because I don't know this man, but I do know all the rumors that came about when she first started publicly talking about this man. Was talking about him being a pedo. Okay, he had a whole situation with a girl or something, and then her brother also had a situation, something kind of similar. I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, Nikki, don't have a baby by this man. And then what happened? She has a baby by this man. Oh my goodness. It don't even matter at this point. You try to marry a man, or you marry a man who has this type of reputation, possibly being with young girls, you think that's a great husband figure? And then you have a baby by him. I don't know if that's hereditary or not, but I would definitely be concerned. I know that probably sounds wrong, but I I said what I said. I don't know how else to go about that. Oh my goodness. I just wish the best for my girl because I'm a single lady and I know it's seeming like these relationships, these celebrity relationships we're listening to are dwindling down. And it's like Clay and Todd and now the Petey Pablo. No, definitely not Petey Pablo. I don't want to put that on Petey Pablo. Okay. Nicki Minaj husband. It's just terrible to see, but I felt like Nicki Minaj's relationship with this man was doomed from the beginning. And I don't know if she just wanted to be a wife. And I feel like I keep saying this over and over again. Nicki knew good and well that that relationship was not going to work. I don't understand why these women keep getting with men, marrying them. I guess they want to be a wife. And then the relationship fails, and then it's like, girl, you knew this was going to happen. Now, I will say with Todd and Candy, I thought that relationship was going to stand the test of time. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Todd is not attractive, in my opinion. He's not attractive to me. And it looked like they were doing so good. And Candy looked like she was controlling the relationship. But I don't know them personally to know what Todd's personality is. I just know that Candy possibly had more money than Todd. And I know she was kind of desperate for a man when she got with Todd. Because I remember how everything came about because I used to watch Atlanta Housewives back then when everyone kept putting so much stress and drama on Candy about getting a man. Oh, Candy, you ain't got a man. Oh, Candy, talking about she want a man. It was just so much drama. And then the next thing you know, she found a guy, and then we found out it was Todd, and then the drama started with him possibly being after her for her money. So I don't know. It's hard. What's up, Felix? What's up, Jebajon? How are you as well? I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Make sure you subscribe so you can be notified every time I go live on here. Usually I go live. It's rare that I upload just videos. I love to go live so I could get some interaction with people if they want interaction. And yeah, make sure you give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. But, oh, that's what's up. My dog, my dog. But, yeah, Nicki Minaj, like I said, I'm not surprised, unfortunately, about this news that we hear about her and this guy. So, I was watching Lionel B show, or Lionel B channel on YouTube, and he went in. He did some research. So allegedly, TMZ was the one who came out with this information saying that Nicki Minaj and her husband split up, right? So Lionel B did some research and found out that because Nicki Minaj's husband he has that criminal record for that the pedo stuff, he has to be registered with the address. And that lets you know exactly where he lives. And apparently, he has moved, allegedly, okay? He has moved back to New York in this little house. And I am a little country, so that's why I say little, but I mean little. If you country, you understand. If you're not, whatever, it is what it is. But so yeah, so TMZ probably got all that information too. Found out that that man is, because he has to be registered in his state. Now they were living in California, okay, so he's in New York. So you already know, ain't no woman about to have her man living in a whole different state, all the way on the other side of the world, okay? Because California is over here, New York is all the way over there. So yeah, looks like it's it's a real thing. Now Nicki Minaj hasn't made a statement, in my opinion, yet. I haven't seen any information about that, but I'll definitely be watching. But like I said, I didn't feel like that relationship would last, but it lasted way longer than I thought it did. Lionel B also said that what happened was Nicki Minaj started finding out that her husband was spending large amounts of money on her credit card. This is alleged, y'all, okay? But apparently, this man was spending thousands of dollars charging her credit card. They were having some problems about the money. Come to find out, there was some infidelity and then possibly a child on the way, y'all. Now, we don't know of Nicki Minaj having a prenup. So hopefully she won't have to split her money with this guy. Now, this is one thing that I respected Candy about from day one. Because when Candy was start talking about, her relationship was very public on Atlanta Housewives. So that's why I'm bringing it up. But when Candy Burrs started talking about her marriage, or her wanting to get married to Todd on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she started talking immediately about her prenup. And Todd kept having problems with the prenup the whole season. But anyway, she didn't play around when it came to that. And I feel like most people should. Like, I have no problem with men saying they want a prenup. Because this is the thing I know in my 43 years of living on this earth. This the thing I know. Okay? A lot of people will get with someone for convenience. Possibly because they need a place to stay. They need help paying bills. So a lot of these relationships that's out here, you're thinking, oh, it's just about love. Mm-mm. Love probably ain't even one of the boxes they can check. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. But a lot of times people be needing a place to stay. Okay, they trying to get a come up, and that go for male and females. That's why I said people, because obviously the men do it as well. Okay, but I just really I respect Candy with that because she got a prenup. She didn't let the fact that she was in love with Todd, blind her to a prenup. She was like, nah, you know what? I do love this man because I could tell Candy loved the dude. She loved Todd. Everyone could see that. She wouldn't have went all out. She wouldn't even marry the guy. You could tell Candy is always seeming like a very decent woman, right? But she don't play by her money. Okay. She had a prenup from day one. They were discussing it on the show before. Once they started talking about marriage, they started talking about prenups. And a lot of people think, oh, you got to have a prenup if you got a lot of money. You don't have to have a lot of money in order to get a prenup. You don't have to have businesses, properties. You can get a prenup when you get married. All you have to do is contact a lawyer, get everything set up. Because think about this: if you were to acquire a business, assets, maybe a settlement, okay, then you put your income at risk once you get married, and then your spouse has access to your funds when y'all get a divorce. So don't think about what you have right now. You have to think about round the corner down the road. That's why insurance is so important, because it thinks about down the street, round the corner for you, not just today. Okay? So, yeah. So, definitely remember that if y'all out here thinking about marriage, if you don't mind sharing your money, then that's you. And best of luck to you. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you know that you wouldn't like that, get a damn prenup. Why not? Okay, I'm pretty sure you can get a prenup that's affordable for yourself, and that way, if y'all were to separate or get a divorce, everything can end peacefully. Because the last thing you want to worry about is your spouse, having access to half of your millions. Nicki Minaj, Nicki is worth millions of dollars. This man who did not deserve to be in her life may have access to some money. He may have access to spousal support. Okay, Drew Sidora too. Drew Sidora is going through a whole lot, and she's on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, recently, if you don't know, Drew Sidora and her husband, I don't know his name, have been back and forth in divorce court. They were staying in the big old house they had, but the judge found that Drew Sidora needed to move out the house and pay a whole bunch of money, because in the court findings they were saying she wasn't contributing to the house. Well, what just came about, oh, and she lost custody of her children to her husband, because her husband submitted paperwork and information from his lawyer saying that Drew Sidor wasn't contributing to the house, hadn't been contributing to the household expenses, and that she wasn't fit to be a parent because she was allowing the children to not be in school. Now, okay, different findings have come about. They have another court date, and come to find out, Drew Sidor wasn't contributing to the bills in the household because she was paying her husband directly from her earnings, from all her appearances she was making, including her money from Real Housewives of Atlanta. So she's on the show Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she would split her money 50-50 that she made from that show and give it directly to her husband. Apparently, allegedly, she also got a settlement of a couple $100,000 or something. And she split her settlement money and gave it directly to her husband. So she wasn't paying on the bills because she gave him the money directly, I guess, so he could pay the bills to make him look like he was doing something. Apparently, I don't know. Why would you give your man 50% of your earnings? I don't know. And now he take you to court and do this and act like you're not contributing. He knew this information, but she wasn't able to present it in court. So they are going back to court so this information can be presented, and so that she can gain rights or more access to her children, because they kicked her out the house and it's her house. But because the husband said that he was paying the bills, the judge put her out, gave him full custody. I was like, I can't even imagine going through all this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. These women out here going through it with these men, y'all. And then when children are involved, it gets even worse. But see, with Nicki Minaj and her husband, I don't believe no judge would give him custody of their son. So that Nicki definitely shouldn't have to worry about. But she probably will have to have some type of shared custody because it is his child, I guess. And hopefully he won't have access to her money. Like I said, I don't know, because they don't have a prenup, and so it's no stipulation. So he may have access to some of her funds. Child, whew. Y'all be careful out here in these streets when it comes to these relationships. Like, protect your money, protect your assets. It sounds like it's going to be a whole lot of money going towards that, but it's going to protect you in the long run, because a lot of times things do not last. So yeah, that's I wanted to give another update about something. Oh, Megan Thee Stallion and Clay. So apparently Clay came out. I guess everyone's saying, oh, he made a statement, but he actually didn't make a statement. He showed himself. Somebody sending messages. He showed himself on the lake or ocean or something. It looks like a lake, in a boat, I'm assuming. And it had a beautiful, looked like the sun was setting. And he was like, life is great. And I'm just thinking, ain't no way Megan Thee Stallion thought that relationship was gonna last. With that man acting like that right there. And this is a white guy, right? Is he mixed or is he just white? This looked like a white guy. Ain't no way she thought that relationship was gonna last. Girl, you knew you was wasting your time. You didn't want to believe it. But the way he did that video after she announced her split, and then she is still on Broadway, right? Remember, I told y'all she's on Broadway. They said right after she made the announcement, she had a show. After the show ended, she was crying real hard. So they assumed, she's still upset about the relationship, because she obviously doesn't do that. But I'm like, girl, child, I ain't got time for this, okay? I ain't got time for this. Y'all females gotta learn. Y'all gotta learn when these men are just something to mess with. Most of the time they something to mess with. That's just it. Point blank, period. Like, that's all I gotta say. Cause I don't wanna sound like insensitive. But y'all gotta think. Just because you want something don't mean you're gonna get it. Okay? You gotta think. You gotta think. You gotta use your head, okay? Can't be out here talking about, oh, had me all around your family and stuff, and nobody asked you to be around his family. He probably ain't even want you there. She probably volunteered to be there or asked to be there or something like that. Girl, girl. But anyway, you guys, that's all I have for y'all for now. I definitely want to come on here and give that information about that update about Nicki Minaj and her husband. Like I said, I saw that coming. I just didn't think it would last this long, but hopefully she won't have to spend her hard earnings on this man, split it with him, and he ain't did nothing to attribute to her success. But child, you know I'll be watching. I'll be back with another video really soon. You guys have an awesome Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Okay, hit that button. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment no matter how you feel. Let's talk about it in the comment section. And I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.